So after trying to find a bunch of angles that don't show me too fat, hey, I can be very critical of myself on my own vlog. I thought I'd do an update. I haven't did one in a while. Uh, about lots of personal stuff. Like, it's funny. Like, I came back. We went to see Eternals the other night. First time I've been to the movies in 3+ years. Uh, our theater, local theater, was really good about social distancing within the theater and everything, and we were at the point where we were about to go crazy with a lot of work stuff and everything, so we needed something like that. So we went to see Eternals, which I really enjoyed. Really cool. Um, Setting up some cool stuff. Actually has my favorite Marvel character in it. But a weird thing, when we were at the theater, a couple of things that'll lead from being at the theater is like, when we were there, we see this guy come in with a bag, and we both grew up with families that were, didn't have much money, so, our moms always had a bag of stuff you brought to the theater, and, you snuck in food, and that was just a thing you did. But not in this day and age. When you see somebody come in with a bag, it automatically thinks something bad. You think, oh, what's our plan for somebody if they start shooting? And my brain is already more or less tuned into that type of stuff in any circumstance, and my brain is worst case scenario in any circumstance, and it really is like playing anything. That's how my brain works. I'm always worst case scenario thinking. But so I was sitting there, and I didn't even watch the first little bit of the movie because I was looking at this person, and every time he moved, I was like, is he reaching for his bag? Is he reaching for his bag? And then his family come in after him, and it's like 4 kids and his wife, and they sit beside him. But my brain was still thinking, like, that wouldn't stop tonight. They might still do stuff, and then I see him start handing out drinks to his family and handing out, snacks to his family and everything. And it's just one of those things, like, one, how do you even get into the theater with a bag? Because I thought that was like a long way and go them allowing that shit. I guess they're so desperate for money right now, they ain't really going to fuck with anybody, but yeah, that was just a strange thing. Like I said, even before there was any kind of shootings at a theater or anything like that in modern and recent memory, even back to when I was a kid, I was always like, was this place catches on fire? There's the exit sign. My anxiety is flashing with that big red exit sign of what if things go wrong and everything. So yeah, that's my anxiety. But adding to my anxiety after it, which I ended up enjoying the film. It was fun. And even had overpriced theater food. Because that's part of the experience in a way. We got home, but as soon as I got home, I turned my phone on. Because I didn't have it on in the theater, of course, because I'm not a dickhead. When I got home, I got a call from the surgery place I went. My bill in owing for my surgery that I had recently. And if you don't know, even though I did a vlog entry on that, so if you're not one of those 2 or 3 people that really watch that, recently I was making payments on it, and recently they didn't take out payments. So I called them and was like, I like the fact that this should be taken out on this day. It's delayed. I don't want it just all of a sudden out of my account. They told me that the insurance company was contesting it, and I might even have to pay the full amount. Okay? So, they finally called me back. By the way, they said they were going to call me back, and it's been almost a month since then. Because it was supposed to be due on the 26th last month, and I just found out yesterday on the 11th. They kindly called me back and said, like, well, the issue was the insurance company says that you owe more money than what they initially thought, which was just an estimate. So all these months later after your surgery, they decide that you're going to owe more money than what you was originally estimated on. Okay. Months later, you know, point me towards some insurance companies. Like, ugh. Why months late? Why can't they tell you then what you owe? I don't understand this freaking shit. And then I checked my insurance portal, which is a mess of confusion. And most insurance portals always are meant to confuse you. You don't know what the fuck's going on. And actually, a lot of times they'll put a huge amount of our first on your portal, and it'll be, you can pay that huge amount, even though a lot of times it's going to go down from that huge amount, and you're going to be paying less. So they try to scam you next, you even pay more sometimes. But my question was, like, why didn't the insurance company, if they were like, oh no, after I'd already made 3 payments on this agreed upon amount, they wanted more. Okay. So they just stopped payments on it. So if I hadn't said anything, it would have went bad on my credit score, because the insurance company stopped payments because they were no longer wanting me just to pay that small amount that I agreed upon. They wanted me to pay more. So the hospital said, like, oh, it's more than that. So my payment on this insurance went from, that's just a loud number, it went from like $800 to being $18. Like, you went from 800 to 1,800. It was actually the exact amount was, I was paying on $925, and I was paying $230 every paycheck. So, and then it went up to 1,744 or something like that, some weird number. So it went up that much more. And they're like, oh, but your payments will be a lot smaller now every paycheck. They'll be smaller over like 2 years. You know, people want to wonder why. It's so frustrating. I'm not like, why'd I even have insurance? So and this is just this one bill. I'm just trying to make myself feel a little bit better by actually being able to pay one bill. I got 2 outstanding ER visits before I had my surgery. There's no fucking way I can pay. And those are going to destroy my credit, and I'm fucked because I can't pay even the payments on those 2. But I wanted to pay this one thing to make me feel a little bit better about myself, because you're supposed to feel like shit if you can't pay these astronomical bills. And I have good insurance, by the way, compared to everybody else. Okay. And I've looked at them. I have great insurance compared to them. But I'm getting fucked. But America